pants on fire. Time now for the Chump Line.
All across America, there's a kind of hush due to the passing of our beloved Rush. He was our light in the constant fight to stay out from under the socialistic crush.
That's true. It's really horrible, yet totally predictable. The vitriol that has been thrown his way since his death, just so typically Democrat, so typically liberal, so typically trust-funded moonbat.
Howie, the state's COVID website was crashing. Who did they get to set it up? The same guys who set up the Affordable Care Act website?
The same guys who set up the unemployment website for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Isn't it amazing that they can handle 150 million mail-in ballots? That's no problem whatsoever. Just keep marking them all night long and all day long, and everything's fine. And if you say anything, if you look the other way, if you look askance at what's going on, you are an insurrectionist. What if you complain about not being able to get a vaccination appointment? Are you an insurrectionist too?
Copy.
The Chump Line is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer. This week celebrating all our past presidents, whether they served 32 days or 4,422. Each one left their mark on this country. Granted, not all the marks were bullseyes, but they're all part of our history, at least for now. God bless America.
If the COVID vaccine is not necessary to reopen schools, doesn't that mean we shouldn't have closed schools in the first place?
Yes. Remember, Biden said the other night, hey, kids, you're not going to get sick from this. Remember? And everybody said, oh, that's Uncle Joe. He's reassuring the nation. Trump said a few months ago when he was president, kids, don't worry, you're not going to get sick. The response, my hair's on fire. How dare he say that? He's killing people.
Howie, Joe Biden calling. Come on, man. It was so sad to hear about the passing of Charles Rush Limber. While I knew he was an accomplished aeroplane pilot, I had no idea he was also on the radio. I think we should put together a ceremony in his honor, featuring the current titans of both of his industries, radio host Father Coughlin and pilot Amelia Earhart. Of course, when she returns from her flight, I mean it.
He's not quite that old, but we get the picture. Certainly, he remember, his family remembers Father Coughlin. Father Coughlin was very popular in the Boston area. If you don't know who he is, check him out. Charles Coughlin.
This is Charlie Parker. You know what really pisses me off is that governor of New York, I did a worse job than he did, and he got a book deal. Oh, I'm so pissed off.
I was on Newsmax today. Before I was on, there was a guy from Pennsylvania, state senator, and he was talking about Wolf. I guess the wheels are coming off Tom Wolf too, and his health secretary Levine, the graduate of the all-boys school, Belmont Hill, in Belmont, Massachusetts, who is now a woman. His name, he was Richard Levine when he went to Belmont Hill School. Now he's Rachel Levine, and he's just been appointed to a big job in the Biden administration, Health and Human Services. And I guess everything is falling apart there. They at one point, when Levine was the health secretary, they had 70% of their deaths were in nursing homes. Never got much over 65% in Massachusetts, but it's everything is a total disaster. So it's Wolf, Cuomo, Charlie Parker. Pritzker is blaming everybody in the world for all of his problems in Illinois. They're spinning. They're spinning their wheels. They wish the windmills were spinning as fast as their heads are spinning, trying to find a new scapegoat. a new patsy to blame for their failures.
Howie, don't get aggravated. They're just trying to break your will.
Yes, they're trying to turn the screws on all of us. 413. I have a student in his last year at UMass paying $30,000 a year. Hasn't been in a live class since last March. Now my 74-year-old mother is still waiting for a vaccine from Charlie Parker. What a total mess. At least my kid took a major that has a job now lined up.
Welcome to Vaxachusetts.
Yeah. At least temporarily, we're no longer Massachusetts. Vaxachusetts is probably a better name.
Hello. Thank you for calling the COVID-19 Response Center. If you're an at-risk illegal alien, press 1. To schedule a vaccination in 2022, press 2. To hear this message en Espanol, prima el numero tres.
Yeah. Remember, the prisoners all got their vaccinations first in Massachusetts. Your 85-year-old grandmother is being told to go to Fenway Park, even if she lives in Wellfleet. She's being told to go to Fenway Park, or maybe Dartmouth. But if you're an illegal alien fentanyl dealer in Middleton at the House of Correction, they're going to bring it right to you, and then they'll probably let you out as a compassionate release, like they let out Zip Connolly.
This is Charlie Baker. I wonder, is this a bad time to ask for a raise?
Again, Charlie Parker, $185,000 a year and a housing allowance of $65,000 a year. And he doesn't have to worry about driving to work or driving anywhere because he has a state police vehicle, state police drivers. It's been a good year for Charlie Parker, a career year. Karen Polito, Mary Lou Sutters, the president of UMass, Marty Meehan, he makes over $600,000 a year. Coach Bell, the football coach, has won one game in 2 years, and he's still making close to $500,000 a year. He hasn't missed a paycheck.
Yes, this is Charlie Parker at the COVID Command Center. Keep calling. If you don't get through, just call back in 6 months or after you're dead, and we'll be able to fit you in. Thank you.
Yeah, and remember, it is the COVID Command Center. CCC, from the Civilian Conservation Corps in the 30s to the COVID Command Center. Somehow I think the Civilian Conservation Corps got more done than the new CCC.
Loving. Did you hear Genghis Carr waxing eloquent about Rush Limbaugh's tipping? How tacky. Though, if gratuities are the measure of the man, then St. Peter will certainly recognize the fantastic generosity I practice whilst signing menus for the hoi polloi.
Yeah, you know, another difference between John Kerry and Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh had his own private jet, but he paid for it himself, not his government or his second wife's first husband's trust fund.
That was your last Chump Line message. Thank you for calling Howie Carr, you chump.
All right, that's it for the Chump Line today. The Chump Line is the voicemail message service of the Howie Carr Show. You can call and leave a message at any hour between 1 and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. The number, if you want to leave a message, is 844-500-4242, 844-500-4242. Press 2 for the Chump Line. Leave your message. We may or may not play it at this time each weekday. If you didn't hear your message or you want to hear more messages, probably about Charlie Parker and the COVID Command Center, you can tune in or go to wherever you get your Howie Carr Show podcasts. Around 7 o'clock, we post Chopped Chumps. That's our Chump Line messages that didn't make the broadcast version, Chopped Chumps, wherever you get your Howie Carr Show podcasts. The Chump Line is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer. This week celebrating all our past presidents, whether they served 32 days or 4,422. Each one left their mark on this country. Granted, not all the marks were bullseyes, but they're all part of our history, at least for now. God bless America.
Hello. Thank you for calling the COVID-19 Response Center. If you're an at-risk illegal alien, press 1. To schedule a vaccination in 2022, press 2. To hear this message en Espanol, primo el numero tres.
I'm Howie Carr.